Greetings, YouTube. LMS Tactical and Mason. Hoping you guys are all doing good. So let's get into it. For those that are new to the channel, thank you for checking me out, and understand that I got to throw this out every now and again. I plan none of these. Normally, the only time I get to make a video is when I'm driving the King here to and from someplace, and I just say whatever pops into my head. So let's go ahead and acknowledge that that's going to be South Africa once again. South Africa, the land where nothing is happening, everything is normal, and there's a bunch of white people pretending like they're being slaughtered. These are the debates I get into with these fucking communist liberals that are mostly in this country, but I get them from all over the place too. If you haven't seen my other South African videos, pause this, go over there, check them out. And, you know, as a guy that used to be known for literally responding to every comment, I really appreciate all the views on these videos, but man, I just cannot comment on all of them. I do read every comment, and sometimes I spend an entire freaking couple hours just going through and reading them, and I appreciate it. The comment sections are where the gold is in this video. It's never what I have to say that is the important thing. It's the dialogue and the comments and the things that are spawned as a result of my videos. A good example are the black Africans that pop up every now and then that understand that this is not that I'm not some racist dude saying, oh my God, white people are being killed, fuck the blacks. Anybody that knows me or knows me through this channel realizes that, and at this age and this juncture in my life, I am beyond arguing about whether or not I'm a racist or not. I mean, at this point, it doesn't really matter when you think about it. That is a problem, and I do tend to scatter because one subject leads to another. That's a problem with white people in the West, is that we have been conditioned as a society to do everything whatever it takes to avoid being called a racist. And at some point you just say, hey, fuck it, man. If people want to think I'm a racist, then they can kiss my fucking pink racist ass. You know what I mean? Because it just takes too much energy, and who gives a fuck? Listen, these liberals and these communist, socialist scumbags and these racist blacks in America and in the West and certainly in Africa, they need us to be racist. So there is nothing in the world. If Jesus came down, or Allah, or whoever they pray to, came down and said, hey, these white people in this group right here, they're not racist, the racist blacks, they wouldn't accept that. Because you see, if you take away the label of racism or racist, if you take that away from a black person's perspective who wants you to be a racist, what does he have? What's his argument? You know, if you were able to convince black people, and let's stick, this applies to black people everywhere, but let's go ahead and stick to South Africa. If you were to take away that crutch, which is exactly what it is, that excuse, they would have to acknowledge their own failures as individuals and as a society and as a political movements and organizations. And see, he's got no problem being black. That's what I like about him. He embraces his blackness. Hell yeah, that's right, motherfucker, because I got my cracker driving me to the fucking park. I know, I'm his driver. I'm driving Miss Daisy's son. But here's the deal. I love you. Here's the deal, man. Some people, and really it's these semi-closeted racists that need to have a reason to be non-productive, non-performers, and a reason to be able to digest history. You know, history is much like truth. It's a bitch, man, when it's not what you want it to be. But you can't change either one. I mean, truth is truth, and history is history, and true history is truth. Whatever the fuck that meant. I just thought I'd take it an extra step and make it sound really intellectual. But you get the point. Let's look at history. I'm not as ignorant on this video as I was on my first South African video. Each time you guys see me pop up on this fucking screen, I'm going to be that much wiser, because I'm doing something that I wish a lot of people would do, and that's called fucking reading. And so I'm a little bit more educated each time. And here's the deal. Nobody stole your fucking land, you cocksuckers. I'm talking to the black Africans. Now, they already know this, okay? It's the people that are really ignorant are the ones in the West, the liberals out here, and the mainstream liberal fake news shit with the fake media, who are trying to paint this as just some exaggeration by a bunch of white supremacists. I'm a white supremacist. That's what they think. Can you believe that shit, dude? I fucking French kissed this fucking black bastard, and don't you dare call me a white supremacist. Yeah, so, you know, I don't know. I was thinking the same thing, but I just didn't have the guts to say it. But thank you for throwing that in. So here's the deal, man. Way back in antiquity, a word that I like using because it makes me sound so educated. Oh, he gave me his paw. How cute. Way back in antiquity, far, far, far back in the annals and annals of history, there was land that was not occupied all over this fucking planet. And eventually, some human group was going to pitch a fucking tent or dig a shitter and claim it as home. That's everywhere here. So in Africa, you had various tribes of Africans. Now, they were living in abstract peace and harmony. They wove baskets together. They had basket weaving competitions. They planted gardens, and they hunted in fabulous commingled intertribal hunting parties, and life was glorious. That ain't true. They were fucking killing each other and enslaving each other and slaughtering each other and in many cases eating each other and shrinking heads, and fucking the land ran blood with their enemies' blood. All of it coming from black bodies. And then long around about the 1600s, give or take, I haven't finished that book yet, some Dutch crackers decided to fucking leave where they were and head over to the continent that was not owned by you cock suckers. Pardon my French. Sucker! You're a fucking cookie sucker! Don't suck in the cookie! It will make you a cookie sucker! Look, they fucking went to South Africa. That's why they call it South Africa. It's on the fucking south side, all right? And it was barren. And here's the key, you fucking liberal white motherfuckers that don't want to fucking learn history, and you black fucking people that try to deny their truth and reality. Nobody was on the land. It was empty. And so the white man did what the white man does. I didn't make the rules. Don't hate on a motherfucker because he's telling you the truth. White people, for whatever reason you want to, you could say, hey man, some people say they're smarter, some people say they just fucking exploit shit better. Whatever the case, I don't care. White people fucking developed some pretty goddamn cool technology, put it to use, and came up with some awesome, beautiful, productive agriculture projects, aka farms. And with that came dwellings and roads and cities, and as the years and the generations spanned, the farms got more elaborate and more sophisticated. And slowly but surely, the tribes of the Zimbabwe, not Zimbabwe, the fucking Zulus. The Zulus and the other tribes, I can't remember their names, all on the north side, they started hearing rumors that there were these pink motherfuckers somewhere across the fucking plains that had some pretty cool shit. So they fucking wandered in that direction. And when they got there, they liked what they saw. There was food aplenty. There were roads to travel on. There were machines. There was technology of the kind they had only dreamt of. And they wanted it. Why wouldn't they want it? Of course they wanted to be part of it. That ultimately led to shit being taken, and then divisions and fences and fucking ultimately apartheid, which I am not going to discuss apartheid. Apartheid was wrong, just like slavery was wrong. But you know what? Life was a hell of a lot more peaceful. Yeah, but that's for the whites because they were fucking abusing the black. You know what? Even the blacks that are honest with themselves, and you can hear a lot of these older folks say they would have rather lived under apartheid because you know what? They weren't getting their fucking throats cut. They were getting killed and beaten by the... Look, I'm not going to defend it because it's wrong. It's wrong to separate human beings. But sometimes it's necessary. Build the wall. Talking about our country. So, you know, this gets back to my original fucking part of the monologue is that, you know, to look back at apartheid and have that justify you cutting the throat or raping the child of somebody today... That is the most weakest, pathetic shit on the face of the fucking earth. Okay? Nobody stole your land. They developed land that was unoccupied and unowned. Okay? So, you know, all this about go back to Europe and, you know, we need to go back to fucking Europe and give it back to the Indians. Well, the Indians weren't doing shit here either. They were doing the same fucking thing, making baskets and killing each other. Sorry, my red friends. I love you guys. But you know what? Like I've said 1,000 times, if there is a body of water and on one side you got motherfuckers that are fucking knitting baskets and fucking painting their faces, no offense, and on the other side you got people building weapons and ships, when the fucking shipbuilders meet the basket weavers, guess what's going to happen? So maybe you guys should have developed more shit. Maybe you fucking Africans, maybe the Zulus should have stopped fucking slaughtering their neighbors and got together and started building nuclear fucking bombs so they could have fucking did a tactical nuke when the Dutch showed up. I don't know. All I'm saying is don't use history as an excuse to be a failure. That's bullshit. If I was to use history as an excuse to be a failure, and I'm not a failure, I'm a pretty successful cracker. White privilege, white privilege, white privilege. He's got white privilege. No, I don't. My past is one of drugs, alcohol, criminals, and fucking poverty. Happened to grow up in an all black part of Los Angeles. And racist. I was the abuse of racism. Okay? Try being the only redheaded white dude in the fucking city of blacks. Not a lot of fun, let me tell you. So you want to talk about reparations? You cocksuckers owe me about 6 bicycles, a whole shitload of lunch money, and a bunch of fucking PTSD. What do you think about that? Not to mention, and this is true, my 92-year-old great-grandmother, God rest her soul, was brutally raped by a black guy who came through the window of the old folks' home. Do I hate all blacks because of it? No, because I'm more intelligent than you cocksuckers that want to use the broad brush and paint all whites and all cops and all anybody as anything. So what I started to hit on was the black Africans that come on this channel and they make comments about how they hold black people accountable for the failures. And you know what happens? I don't know what the African term for Uncle Tom or sellout is, but I'm sure they get called that shit. Because over here in America, if you're not on board as a black person and blaming whitey for every fucking failure and everything that's wrong in your life, then you're an Uncle Tom and a sellout. If you're a black person that fucking went out and got a fucking career as a doctor or a lawyer and has a Mercedes-Benz and lives in a nice house, you're obviously a sellout. You cannot be just a successful black person because black people won't allow that. So, I got to end this video, but look, raise your hand if you ever bought into the dream that someday we were going to be a color-free society. I did. I actually thought that was true. When I was growing up, I thought by the time I'm 50, everybody will be getting along and it'll be one big happy planet. Well, the longer I'm around this fucking planet, and I'm 56 now, the more black people have convinced me, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that there's no such thing as integration with the races. You people, that's right, I said the term you people, which is also racist, if a white person says it. You people have convinced me that you don't want to fucking assimilate, you don't want to fucking live in peace, you will never let go of the past. Listen, you motherfuckers over here, you want fucking 40 acres and a mule for some shit that wasn't done to you by people that nobody remembers. And the fucking people in South Africa, the blacks, they want fucking reparations by people that weren't alive during apartheid for apartheid, even though they weren't alive during apartheid. So it doesn't take a rocket. I didn't even finish high school, and I can tell you right now that this is just an excuse to fail. And here's my final fucking prediction. And it ain't, you know, this doesn't take fucking Dr. Phil to figure this one out. If all the white people left South Africa today, do you think the troubles of South Africa are going to be lessened or over? The blacks will turn on each other. It's not that I want that to happen. I don't want that to happen. And by the way, these fucking pink lips have breathed life into black people and saved them and brought them back to life. How many of you racist blacks can tell me that you've saved the life of a cracker? I wouldn't save the life of a cracker, man. Fuck that shit. They the devil, man. They the devil. Fuck you. The fact of the matter is my track record is fucking available and it's in stone. I've done more for fucking minorities and black people than any motherfucker you can name. Any of them. That's white. And I'm telling you right fucking now, and you know, not so deep down, that if the whites all disappeared today, Africa would go into an absolute fucking blood fest. Tribal battling, political fucking shit, one group killing the other, raping, pillaging. You don't believe me? Well, take a look at the rest of Africa. Oh, so you're saying that it's because there's no white people there that they don't get along? No, I'm just saying that if you got a fucked up mentality and a violent fucking streak in you, then you need to own up to it and stop fucking pretending like it's fucking Crackers Boys' fault. It's not. Now shut the fuck up if you're a racist. If you're in this country, vote for fucking Trump because he's gonna save us. LMS Tactical. I'm out.